guys, welcome back to my channel. So I get a lot of questions on how to keep moisture in your hair in between wash days, and it's more specific to either low porosity hair or high porosity hair. And so these techniques that I'm about to discuss can be used on any hair type. The first type of way to moisturize is getting a water-based moisturizer. Now this can be cream, lotion, or milk, but you want to make sure that it's water-based and full of emollients. And emollients can be things like coconut oil or olive oil, and even like if you use products with silicones, that can be an emollient as well. And so what you'll do is apply a thin layer to your hair. You don't need a handful of moisturizer in order to moisturize your hair. All you need is a thin layer to coat your hair. And so the water that is in the moisturizer will absorb into your hair, while the emollients that's in that product will help to seal the moisture in to keep it in a little bit longer so that it'll effectively do its job. Now, if you want to amp up your moisturizer, you can use a humectant-based moisturizer. And so how you'll know your moisturizer is humectant-based, if it says it on the label, that's one. Or two, it has it has ingredients that are humectants like honey, propylene glycol, castor oil, aloe vera juice, glycerin. Those are humectants. And how humectants work is that they attract moisture from the air into your hair and re-moisturize your hair. And so you're like getting the maximum benefits, or your hair is getting moisturized twice as much without you applying more moisture. Now, if you're not about that frizz life, then you might not want to use a humectant based moisturizer, but if you want more moisture in your hair, then definitely humectants are the way to go. Now, to amp up the moisture a little bit more, you want to moisturize your hair and seal it in with an oil or butter. And so with the water-based moisturizer, yes, it has emollients in it that act as a sealant to prevent the moisture from escaping your hair, but the moisturizer doesn't evenly spread the emollients on your hair in order to prevent the water from escaping your hair strands. And so that's why we add an extra layer of oil, and so that you'll have an even layer of oil, and so that your moisturizer or your hair can effectively use up all of that moisture that you just put on it. Now, if you want to amp up the moisture a little bit more, you can do the L.O.C.O method. And the L.O.C.O method is an acronym. It stands for your liquid-based moisturizer or leave-in, an oil, and a cream-based moisturizer. And it is suggested that you use a moisturizer that is butter-based, and something like cocoa butter or shea butter or mango butter, whatever type of butter it is, that is what is suggested. But you can use any type of creamy moisturizer that you want. Now, guys, I'm going to be honest, I really don't understand this technique, because oil, we know oil and water don't mix. Even though oil is permeable, meaning that water can pass through it, I don't know how much water is going to pass from the cream-based moisturizer through the oil before it dries out. And so I don't think you're going to get the maximum benefits from the cream-based moisturizer. And so a variation of the L.O.C.O method is the L.C.O method, and you're pretty much switching how you apply your cream and oil. And so you apply your liquid leave-in, your liquid moisturizer or your leave-in, then you apply your cream-based moisturizer, and then you apply your oil to seal it all in. And so you're getting a thin layer of moisturizer, which is that will readily absorb into your hair strands, a thicker layer of moisturizer, and then you have your oil to seal it all in. And so that makes a little bit more sense to me than the L.O.C.O method does. Now, the last technique is a little bit crazy, hence the name the L.O.C.O method, and it's the L.O.C.O method, and you add another layer of oil on top of it. And so you have 2 layers of moisturizer, or 2 layers of moisture, and 2 layers that act as a sealant. And so I really don't suggest that you do the L.C.O method or the L.O.C.O method no more than 1 or 2 times a week to prevent product buildup. And so that is my take on how to effectively moisturize your hair throughout the week. If you know anybody that has trouble with moisturizing their hair in between wash days, make sure you share this video with them. And also, don't forget to follow me on social media at Miss Rosie Baby on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, loves.